want to go back to the beginning. Rosalind Strickland Interior Design. And my goal is, our mission for the company is to make your home your safe haven. What I'm going to talk about is something that you hear often in the medical field, but it's not as widely discussed as some of the other conditions that you hear about. But we do have 10,000 people per day turning the age of 65. This will continue now through December 31st, 2029. And when you think about it, Northeast Ohio has talked about a lot about individuals that are elder in the recent months regarding due to COVID and that type of thing. But 10,000 people a day are quite a few number of individuals that are beginning to turn 65. And as you look at it, people are living longer. I'm going to talk about falls. And we're looking at the number of falls that people have, which account for more than 2.8 million in emergency room visits and over 800,000 hospitalizations per year and more than 27 deaths per year. In 2015, the total number of fall injuries was accounted for about 50 billion, with 75% of these costs being paid for by Medicare and Medicaid. As more individuals are getting older, falls are definitely expected to increase as the population continues to age, and we're on target to reach approximately 70 billion in falls by the end of 2020. We have a number of people who are living. Roughly 7 million people are living with either an artificial knee or hip, and this is quite a significant number of individuals. Also keep in mind that since the early 70s and 80s, when people were beginning to get joint replacements, many people are now on their second or third joint replacement, believe it or not. The numbers have tripled in ages. We're now not looking at just 65 and older. Sorry about that, I lost there we go. Nearly 50% are under the age 65. So we're going younger and younger, and that's basically due to a more active lifestyle. We're seeing individuals who are out running, exercising, and that type of thing. People are more active than they've ever been. And so the younger individuals are beginning to experience having the need for joint replacements. And for certain, the number is going to continue to grow. If you look at the average nursing home costs, you're almost at $100,000 per year per person, and $267 a day per person. And that accounts for almost $8,100, a little over $8,100 per month per person. And these are considered the national averages, and they are conservative. So as we look at living at home, your home is one of your most treasured investments that you will make. And why not take advantage of renovating the home so that it can accommodate your needs for your golden years. 48% of renovations are in the bathroom. We hear a lot of talk about a no threshold shower as opposed to a bathtub. As we age, it becomes increasingly difficult to get in and out of a tub for some of us, and a shower is more desirable. But a no threshold shower, you don't want one where you're going to have to raise your legs to an exorbitant amount, say beyond 3 or 4 inches to get into the tub or get into the shower or step into the shower. The same goes for some of those walk-in tubs that you have. Some of those step-offs are pretty steep and can cause you to slip or whatever. 24% of renovations occur in the entrance or stairwells. 20% occur in the kitchen, 16% are the home interior, and 9% are overall in the overall home. So this is a home that I did in Shaker Heights. And as you can see, they had no guardrails. The lady was 88. She had recently been home from the hospital. And as you can see over here on the left, her mailbox was over here. So she's actually coming out of her front door, stepping off onto black ice, and literally reaching around the corner of this pillar here to get her mail. The mail becomes very important to you as you age. So she's trying to get her mail, and there's nothing here that could prevent her from slipping over and falling over into what I call the rose garden. And you wouldn't find her for days. But at any rate, what we did was we put up guardrails here. And so now she has at least something that will prevent her from falling over into the rose garden. This was another home in Shaker Heights where the family thought they were doing their parents a favor. And this is about a 6-inch step off here from the garage into the mudroom. And as you can see, she was having difficulty getting up into the mudroom. So as you can see here, this is like a curved, like an angled step off. And it's actually a trip hazard because her foot could get caught up underneath here. And it actually was getting caught up underneath here. She'd step up here and then there's nothing to hold on to. She was 90 years old and to get into the mudroom. So what we ended up doing, if you see on the right, we actually put in a new stairwell, a new set of stairs. And these were like 3 inches. And I beveled the edges so that they were not pointed. And then we put in a guardrail here. She actually comes out and uses the guardrails for her physical therapy. This is a home in Cleveland Heights, and I am amazed at the number of homes in Northeast Ohio that do not have some type of guardrail or railing to help individuals get into their homes. And as you can see, there's a long way from the from the steps, from the walkway to the front door. So
I'm just listening.
I didn't know where you'd gone.
So we ended up putting in a long guardrail here.
I gave him lunch.
And we actually had it so that you could open it here so that
And
you
I
could
have
get over
physical
to
therapy.
a bird feeder and make it more friendly for her and her husband. She has had 2 hips replaced and 2 knees replaced, and her husband has Parkinson's. So this was indeed wonderful for them. This was a home in University Heights that had like a 20-foot hallway, and the lady had had a stroke and she was having difficulty getting from the bedroom to the living room and back. So we put in a guardrail here that could be lowered or taken out, say if she's no longer in the home or whatever. But we also stained it so that it matched the wood. So I'm a firm believer that your home does not need to look like an institution. We want to make it aesthetically pleasing and match the decor that is there. And as you can see, it's grooved so that she can hold it as she's coming down the hallway and that type of thing. So we take into those type of details as well, take into account those details as well. This one was a real challenge. It was an apartment building. It was a mother and daughter who were living together. The mother was 92 and she fell and broke her hip. And the manager of the unit was not willing to make adjustments for her. So the best that we could do was to put in grab bars. And we put in a grab bar here. I found a grab bar that doubles as a soap dish, and found a chair small enough for her to sit on in the shower, as well as a non-skid floor mat for her in the shower. And then we put a vertical grab bar coming down so that she would have something to hold on to as she's coming out of the shower. And then she has another grab bar here that is above the towel, that doubles also as a towel bar. And this is the towel bars actually are directly across from the toilet. And then I found a grab bar that doubles as a toilet tissue holder. And all in, since it was chrome, we put in the chrome here, the brilliant chrome of Delta, so that everything would match for her. And that's worked out very well. This was another home in Shaker that also had no stair, the step off from the kitchen to the mudroom, and from the mudroom to the kitchen was about 6 inches. So again, we put in a stair that was 3 inches in height and beveled the edges again. And I put a, you can see here is an oil rub grab bar to match the brick, and it's pretty decorative. So we put a vertical one here so that she would have something to hold on to as she's coming out of the doorway, and also one here that is horizontal going across the doorway so that she can hold on with both hands. So age in place remodeling costs. Average on the low side if faucets and doorknobs to lever handles, changing out the doorknobs to lever handles. This is what you would call a lever handle, which can come in very handy because as we age, our grip becomes a little less intense, and grabbing a doorknob can be a little bit challenging, especially for individuals that have arthritis or their hands have been riddled with arthritis and that type of thing. So a lever, you can actually hit the lever with your elbow if you need to be able to get into your homes. $9,000 on a stair lift. On the high side, you're looking at a renovation cost for a kitchen and or a bathroom of around $40,000, depending on what you're doing. And you compare these costs to the average annual cost of assisted living, which is around $45,000 a year, or $97,000, $100,000, you may as well say, for a nursing home per year. So you can make your home as to meet your needs and be able to stay there and be safe in your home and actually save some money. Why turn your home over to a nursing home or to an assisted living facility? Why not make your home what you need it to be so that you can be in familiar surroundings? You know the community, they know you, and you're not on a time schedule when you go into some of these places. You're told when to go to bed, you're told when to get up, when to go to bed, when to eat, when to do activities, etc. You can have the comforts of your own home and do things according to your schedule. One of the other things for Parkinson's disease, lighting is extremely important. We need to minimize reflective surfaces and reduce shadows and glares. This plays into, so you have someone at home that may have Parkinson's. Remember that lighting is extremely important for them. This is just one of the things. These are some of the other things that come into play. Alzheimer's disease, which is raging in our community. For individuals that have difficulties with memory, but they're still in the house, and whether they're cooking or not, you need to look at appliances with auto shutoffs. You can have stove burner sensors installed and determine whether or not the burners have been turned off or not. You want to remove door locks, especially in the bathroom, so that they don't accidentally lock themselves in a room. And you also definitely want to have auto thermometers for water temperature, because Alzheimer's patients do not remember hot and cold. So these types of safety measures would be very helpful in keeping your loved ones safe. Technology has come a long way in terms of helping us be able to monitor some of these advances and to be able to monitor while you're away. So for instance, you have someone who may be living in Boston and mom or dad lives here. They can actually monitor via their phone. So you can monitor the caregiver access. You can give them access to your home if you don't want them to have a key. You can monitor climate control. Oh, I know mom really gets cold as the night draws near. You can actually turn up the furnace with respect to your telephone and have it all integrated also into your security system. You can also monitor sleep patterns from your phone. There's new technology where you can have it installed, and this is all presuming the home has Wi-Fi, and the sensors would be placed between the mattresses, and you can monitor, okay, I know mom or dad are usually up about 10 in the morning, but for some reason today, they didn't get up until 2. That, may signal something for you to call and check on them. Are they okay? Do they have, are they ill? Or is it signaling something else? So you have all of those safeguards as well. You can monitor door security. You can put a lock on the door. You can actually monitor that from your phone as well. So you have long distance, talk about social distancing. You can actually monitor the activity that's going on in the home and keep tabs on mom or dad or your loved ones via your phone. So some questions to ask yourself if you're looking at doing your home. Will this be your retirement home? Do you plan to have your parents or your in-laws come and live with you? Do you need one floor living? Do you or anyone in your family have special needs? Example, a wheelchair, but this could also be other needs like hearing loss. A lot of people don't realize that with individuals with diabetes, some of them begin to experience a 30% hearing loss as they begin to age. So being able to look at for safeguards to keep them safe. Do you or anyone in your family have any special health concerns? So these are some of the questions that you can ask yourself, and with respect to your own home, or if you're looking to buy a new home, or if you're looking to build a new home, it's very important to make these considerations so that whether or not, let's say, for example, you're not interested in, you don't have the desire to see the grab bars at this particular point in time. But if you're building your home, you want to make sure that the infrastructure is there so that at some later date, when and if you do need to add them, the infrastructure is already there. It's much easier to do on the front end as opposed to going on the back end and tearing out walls and putting in different structures. It's also less expensive. And this is my information if you want to take a screenshot, and I will entertain any questions from the audience.